What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and you can't make this stuff up. I let you know here on the channel, it's all coming back. Stimulus checks, child tax credits, Social Security increases, wiping out student loan debt, it is all coming back. And I've got an update for you. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now take a look at the headlines coming out, you guys. Stimulus update, surprising allies join the fight for a renewed child tax credit, and they're talking about Republicans. As I've let you know here on the channel, as we get closer to midterm elections, things will be ramping up as Democrats are going to be saying, we will pass all these provisions and things right before the elections to get people on board, let them know that we're here to help them and maybe persuade them when they hit the polls to vote to keep us in power. Well, you guys, we're hearing Republicans are doing this as well, but they're saying if you vote us in power, we will then provide you with child tax credits and all the provisions that the Democrats have failed to do while they've been in power. Let me know your thoughts, you guys, but take a look. We're hearing that might be needed as Joe Manchin is choking off one of America's best anti-poverty programs, and yes, we're hearing it's those child tax credits. Now, we're going to be seeing about stimulus checks as well. We're hearing that right now Joe Manchin is working with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on a scaled-back version of the Build Back Better bill, the details of which have not been revealed. It's been very close just between the two because they don't want things to fall apart like they did prior. However, we're also hearing that a lot of people are saying, hey, we need stimulus provisions, and if you're not going to provide them in the Build Back Better bill, then issue some executive orders and executive actions. And people are saying they're tired of Democrats not fulfilling their promises while they're in power, so things are looking pretty good for Republicans. We're hearing a red wave might be coming as take a look at all the things they're capitalizing on right now. Fate of the $2,000 stimulus check could be determined by the Georgia Senate races. This was back in January of 2021 when campaigns were run promising $2,000 stimulus checks. And in Georgia, Democrats close with the populist pitch of vowing $2,000 stimulus checks, saying, if we win, you will get $2,000. And they won, and we haven't seen those checks. And take a look, you guys. I reported to you that Bernie Sanders and several other Democrats are saying that Biden, you've waited too long. You done messed up on those $2,000 checks. And now in these midterm elections, it's going to be hurting you and Democrats. Take a look. Bernie Sanders has been saying it for a while, since January of 2021, saying stimulus checks, you must keep your promises. You can't tell the American people something and then not do it and then expect them to support you. Well, now, as I mentioned, Republicans are coming out and they are saying we will bring the provisions. Take a look, you guys. This coming out last month. Republican representative pushes $1,000 stimulus check to all Americans on a federal level. $1,000 stimulus checks. And take a look. If Republicans win in the midterm elections, watch for action on gas tax holiday, child tax credits, and crime, experts say, as Republicans are saying, we're going to take the reins and we're going to get you those provisions. So you guys, we're going to dive into the details. Now, stimulus checks, we are hearing, are back on the table as of yesterday. If you missed my video this morning, take a look. I share with you the breaking news as President Joe Biden came out yesterday and said they are taking into consideration gas tax rebates, but the cards for those rebates, they're saying that they don't have the means to do it with the chip shortage, so it's likely going to have to be checks or direct deposits. Now, I will keep you up to date on that. And also, if you missed the video I did just this afternoon, you might want to check it out as I'm getting you up to date on states passing an assortment of checks. And I'm assembling a master list right now to make sure that you don't miss out on anything, make it clear, concise, to the point, so you know what's available. Because we're hearing 90% of the people that are eligible for these state, city, and county stimulus checks don't even know that they're available to them, and they're missing out because they're only available for a limited amount of time, and you got to apply. But how can people apply if they don't know? Well, you guys, I'm going to make sure that you know about everything and you're caught up on all that's going on. And you guys, if you appreciate that, do me a quick favor, smash the like button for me. Just takes a second, helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is very quickly smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, I'm happy to help. Shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive into the latest just coming out as we're hearing Joe Manchin is saying he won't support a child tax credit, but Republicans are coming out and saying, vote for us and you'll get those provisions. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so first up, link in the description below to this article that just came out today, and it says, surprising allies join the fight for a renewed child tax credit. It says several Republican senators have joined scores of Democratic lawmakers in calling for the U.S. to reinstate child tax credit payments. Now, for more than a year, Democrats like President Joe Biden, Senators Sherrod Brown, Michael Bennet, Cory Booker, Ron Wyden, Reverend Raphael Warnock, and Vice President Kamala Harris have advocated for regular child tax credit payments to help families struggling to feed and clothe their children. Now, in May, Senator Bernie Sanders spoke from the Senate floor saying that the Senate has strange priorities for fighting so vociferously against a program that helped lift 3.7 million children out of poverty during the worst pandemic. Instead, Congress passed a $53 billion bill to help the microchip industry. Food insecurity was not addressed. And let me know your thoughts. I know I hear a lot of people vocalize this here on the channel in the comments saying they've done all these things for all of this stuff around the world and all of these other programs and things, but they haven't taken care of the American people. And here they're saying the children that are in poverty in our nation. Let me know your thoughts. Now, new support today. Rather than support the child tax credit plan pushed for months by their Democratic colleagues, 3 Republicans have staked claim to a plan of their own. The Family Security Act 2.0 is meant to encourage work and support pregnancy. Under this plan, eligible parents would receive $350 per month for each child ages 5 and younger, and $250 for children ages 6 to 17. The bill was introduced by Senator Mitt Romney and is co-sponsored by Senators Richard Burr and Steve Daines. This new plan also proposes that pregnant mothers receive an extra $2,800 or $700 a month for the last 4 months of their pregnancy. So this is a new bill being proposed by Republicans saying that we're going to be pushing this, and also maybe they could replace Senator Joe Manchin if Democrats were to do some sort of standalone bill where they wanted to do just child tax credits, and they could get some of those Republicans on board in replace of Joe Manchin. That could be a possibility, but it's very unlikely that Democrats would put a reconciliation bill with just child tax credits. It's very likely there would be an assortment of other provisions that Republicans would not support, so it's very hard for them to find one Republican that would replace Senator Joe Manchin to get that last vote that they need to pass it through the Senate. Now, and as it says right here in the article, take a look, fly in the ointment. In what has become a typical stance, Senator Joe Manchin refuses to support the renewal of the child tax credit without a work requirement, and many Republicans agree. So he's actually on the side with the Republicans, and it's those Republicans, along with Democrat Manchin, who will determine whether the child tax credit will find new life. Now, to address those concerns, Romney made a change to his original proposal. His new plan dials back the amount of families earning less than $10,000 that they can collect, making it proportionate to their claims income. Now, potentially, income limits. If the bill managed to get through the House and the Senate, the upper income threshold for this new plan would be $200,000 or $400,000 for couples filing jointly. At this point, the payments would then begin to phase out. Now, according to Romney, people need to be participating in the workplace. So you're not going to be able to get these unless you are working in some sort of way. Now, this is currently proposed by Republicans. We're going to be seeing if they win, if they're going to be pushing something through, but we're hearing Republicans are starting to support this provision. Now, in the meantime, we're going to be seeing what's going to be unfolding with Build Back Better and the child tax credits, which are likely not included, as take a look. Joe Manchin is choking off one of America's best anti-poverty programs. Link in the description below to this article from the Washington Post that says the expanded child tax credit has been one of the United States' most successful anti-poverty programs in decades, and it's shameful that Congress has not extended it for 2022. About 3 million children were kept out of poverty when the program started last July, and the premise was simple: raise the amount of credit a little and give it out monthly instead of waiting for families to claim it once a year on their tax returns. For every child under 6 years old, low and middle income families receive $300 a month, and for children ages 6 to 17, $250 a month. Wild claims, though, listen to this, were made about families that were using the money. Senator Joe Manchin reportedly worried the parents would use the funds to buy substances. There's no evidence to back this up. In fact, there's more and more data that's showing that households with kids, especially lower to moderate income ones, spent the bulk of the money on basics like food, housing, clothing, and other items such as for school. Still, Manchin's bogus objections killed any hope of renewing the program after it ended in December. So you can see that this particular article, the author is slanted against Senator Joe Manchin. Just want to let you guys know that this is an opinion piece. The Federal Reserve recently released one of the most definite reports on how families spent the child tax credits. And you can see here it says in dark brown, $25,000 to $50,000 as the annual income for the household. Over 33% of them used it on rent, mortgage, or utilities, and 22% of those spent it on the child. So right there, about half spent it on rent, utilities, or mortgage, or on their children. And it says families with incomes over $100,000, the vast majority of them likely didn't really need it. It says over half of them saved the money. You can see the charts right there. So you guys, right now, there is some resistance from Senator Joe Manchin, and Republicans are requiring that there is some sort of work eligibility set in place. We're going to be seeing if this gets any traction. But like I mentioned, as we get closer to midterm elections, child tax credits, Social Security increases, stimulus checks, wiping out student loan debt, all of these provisions, they are coming back, and we're hearing promises of them being fulfilled by both parties. But it's going to be contingent upon who is in control and who wins these midterm elections. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And again, as more information rolls out on all of this, and we're expecting this to ramp up, I'm going to be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel and make sure that you don't miss out on anything. And again, if you missed my videos from earlier today, check them out, as on a federal level, we're hearing about gas stimulus checks, and on state, city, and county levels, new checks are coming out almost every single day, and I'm going to keep you up to date on those with a massive comprehensive list so you know about everything. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. Just smash that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell. Just takes a second. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. More content coming. And with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.